So I thought I'd do a video about this service called Elastic Stage today. It's a service I've used a few times now. What it is a on-demand vinyl and CD production service. So you can get very small, as in one copy, of a record made up of your own music. You then have your own sort of artist page, and you can offer your product to your fans if you've got any. Unfortunately, I don't think I do. Yeah, it saves you having to bulk buy a big load of records, which will cost you thousands of pounds, which is completely unattainable for a sort of small artist like myself. Right, so we'll have a look at some records now. So this first one is this is actually not from Elastic Stage. So this was a old album I got done many years ago from like a lathe cut service. It's just in a simple printed sleeve, but it was you know not bad. It's quite a nice print quality, no spine or anything like that. The record itself is a little bit rough and ready. You can tell it's a bit more of a DIY sort of product. The labels are quite nice, quite the sort of glossy label on that. Unfortunately, sound quality is where it sort of gets let down. It's not brilliant. The stereo image was a bit lopsided, and the frequency response was quite restricted. It was quite sort of lacking in bass and high end, so it was all quite mid-range sounding. Overall, not a bad product, but this cost in excess of £40 or close to £50, I think, with the printed everything, included, the sort of lathe cut service plus the printed casing. So yeah, not cheap, but it was a nice thing to have just to get your own album onto vinyl. Okay, let's have a look at one from Elastic Stage now. Yeah, so a nice print, higher quality print, I'd say, very glossy. What's nice about the Elastic Stage ones is that they've also got a spine, which is always nice when you've got them all lined up in your record collection, to have a printed spine as well. And there's an inner sleeve, which is also printed to a nice glossy finish as well. So the record itself, although it feels slightly thinner perhaps than the lathe cut one I got done, certainly feels higher quality. It's a better finish, and the labels, again, very nice and glossy. But the thing I was most impressed with was the sound quality. Compared to the lathe cut record I got done, these sound much better, much more like what you expect from a commercially produced record, which has been professionally mastered and everything like that. So what I'm going to do now is cut to a little test. So I'll play the same track from this record, and then we'll listen to the digital master, the original version, and we'll have a little comparison. I'm just going to record directly from this turntable here. It's not the highest quality setup in the world, so this is just running into an amplifier with a built-in preamp, so I haven't even got like a separate preamp for it. But you'll hear like a rough idea of the sound quality compared to the digital master. So I've also tested out the website's CD production service. Again, nice print quality. It's not a digipack style casing. It's just sort of like a printed cardboard wallet with a fold out design. You got nice print on the inside. Not quite as high quality. Might be my fault. The text was too small here and it's a bit blurry. The CD is quite nice, fairly glossy, but it does look a little bit sort of CDR, a little bit homemade. So overall, not that impressed with the CD. Not as impressed as I was with the vinyl. And I also got another album made up on vinyl as well. So this shows that, consistent quality. This one's very nice as well. Print quality, still very good. Nice colours. Dark colours seem to work quite nicely. I like the spine on this one because it sort of matches the colour scheme. It's kind of got generic text because that's how it works when you go through the uploading your images and stuff. It sort of auto generates the spine. There is a way of completely doing it manually, but I'm a bit rubbish with that sort of thing, so I stuck with the sort of semi-automatic. I just supplied sort of square images and it automatically populates it and it displays it in a really nice way. Actually, it sort of shows you a 3D design of what your finished product's going to look like. I like the label on this one. I think almost like a bit of a different print quality on this one. It's a bit more plasticky, a bit more durable feeling. I like that. They seem to have improved that part of the product since my previous purchase. And probably most importantly, impressed again with the sound quality. So I did very little specific mastering. It was just the same files as my digital version, but it came out really nice. So I can't fault that side of it. So whatever system they're using to produce these, it sounds good. All right, so let's have a quick look now at the artist page. So you can see here the 2 albums I've got done. So this is what your potential fans, your customers are going to see. So this shows you this first album here, which tracks are on side A, which tracks are on side B. You can stream, have a listen to, I think, 30-second snippets of each track. So this one here, this is the one I got done in both vinyl and CD. You can see the prices here as well. So £11.40 is what both yourself, if you're just getting these done for your own entertainment, and what your fans will pay as well. So vinyl records £27.90. There is shipping as well on top of this, which can make it a little bit expensive for your customer. However, I think as an individual, as somebody who just wants to get their music onto record as a nice thing to have in their collection, I think that's actually a really reasonable price, and it kind of gets cheaper, which I'll explain in just a minute. So just to summarize now, I really like these. I think it's a really neat idea as a way to get your own music onto record fairly cheaply without having to bulk buy, especially someone like myself who I just know I wouldn't be able to sell hundreds of records. It's just it's not what I do. I'm a music composer for media and stuff like that, so I just make albums for fun, really, and if people listen to them or want to buy them, that's a bonus. But I was discussing the price just previously. So about £27. Once you factor in postage, it comes out just over £30 to get one record made up. But then as well, each time you sell one of these, you get a little bit of money back. I think it works out about £5 sort of comes back to you as kind of your share of the profits. So if you're selling quite a lot of these, and you get a small amount of profit, and you can change the pricing. So the pricing I chose was the lowest price option because I wanted it to be as cheap as possible for anybody who wanted to buy these. I wasn't worried about making profit, but if you wanted to make a bigger cut, you can charge more, and you'll get a bigger return on these. There's also an option to sort of bulk buy. which you'll then get slightly cheaper as well. So then if you wanted to sell these on your own website or through Bandcamp or something like that, you can sort of bulk buy and do it that way. I've purchased enough of these myself for like family and friends and myself to go over there is a threshold of how much money, I can't remember what it is, but you got to make a certain amount before you can claim that money back. But then claiming it back is a little complex because you've got to go through some sort of tax thing. So I've yet to do that, but in my account I have about £30 to come back to me, which is quite nice because in that way I can think of, I've got a few records made up, plus I've got a free one. There's just no other service like this, as far as I know. So I think it's excellent and well worth a try. It gets my thumbs up, seal of approval, which is my highest rating. So yeah, it's very good. Oh, I will say though, there are a couple of negatives. The main negative is the time it takes. It can be quite slow. So I think especially the last one I got done was around Christmas time, which is understandably going to be slower. They also had like a Black Friday deal or something, so it was a bit cheaper, so 10% off or something. I had to wait a couple of months for the last one. I think usually it is around sort of a month or so. I noticed the lead time on their website. But yeah, if you're a customer, if you're a fan of one of the artists on there, you could be waiting up to a month to receive your record, which might put people off. But again, as something to get your own music onto vinyl, I don't mind waiting a month. Like, it's a cool product. I'm going to keep using it each time I make like a new album. I like to have one in my collection just as a cool thing. And if anybody else wants to buy one, brilliant. But I highly doubt they will, unless my music gets far better. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope this proves helpful. And I recommend it.